Welcome to Craftywafty!
Hi everybody, it's Debbie from Craftywafty. Thought I'd just go through and show you some very basics on how to do die cutting. So I've already stamped out a couple of images. This is my lovely little unicorns, and here I've got my dies which I go matching with the little stamps. And what I'm going to do is first of all I'm just going to put the dies over the top. Now with the dies, if you've never used dies before, there's a flat edge to it and there's one with a little bit of a ridge. Now the ridge is actually what cuts the paper or your card, because when we put it through our die cutting machine, it's the pressure that pushes that through. It can't cut your fingers, it's perfectly safe, so if children want to have a go at doing any of this, that's absolutely fine. Okay, but I just wanted to point that out for you. So here's my other dies. I'm just going to lie this over the top. Now as you can see, these particular dies are quite useful because they've actually got a hole bit in the middle, so you can actually outline your stamped image with the die frame quite accurately, which is always good. So I'm just going to move that round a little bit just to make sure that I've got that evenly spaced around. And once I've done that, I'm literally just going to put a little bit of repositionable tape just to hold that in place like so. And then for the second one here, again, as you can see, if I move that around, I'm just going to line that through so it lines up all the way around, so it's got a nice even distribution of die around the edge of the stamp. And I'm just going to move that a little bit. It's a little bit tricky. I'm just going to put that through. Don't worry about the repositionable tape going over the die, okay, because what we want to do is just hold that in place like so. So I've prepared my dies ready to go through my my die cutting machine. Now this one that I've got is my small one, and it just has a 3-inch mouth to it, so I know that these dies will go through, and these are my plates. So I've got an A plate and a B plate. So my B plate is my cutting plate, and my A plate is the one that's going to put the pressure on as I put it through. So what I do is that I've got the card, I've got the die facing downwards, so that's the ridged edge facing down into the card, and I'm just going to sit that on the top like so. And then I'm going to get my A plate and I'm just going to pop that over the top. Now as you can see, that has just moved, so if you're a little bit worried about it moving before you put it through the machine, then just grab yourself another bit of repositionable tape and just stick that to the B plate to stop it from moving. Okay, and then we're just going to line these both up. So let's just bring my, push that down, my die machine. So I'm just literally going to hold that. Let's just give that a little bit of a turn. And then I'm just going to come back. Now don't worry if it makes that clacking or snapping sound, it's meant to do that, so that's fine. And I'm just going to take that off, and hopefully I should be able to poke that just through. There we go. Let's have a little look. Oh, that's not too bad. So I've lined it up fairly well. I mean, it could probably have moved over a fraction, but to be honest, I think I'm quite pleased with that one. So let's just put that to one side. So let's see how well I've done on this one. So I'm going to pop that there. Let's just get my tape just to hold that in place, and I'm just going to slide that through. So let's bring that forward again. Now if you find that maybe the first time that you've put it through and it doesn't quite cut your die out properly, then what you can do is put it through again. Or sometimes I have a little bit of extra card that I use as a shim, and what I would do is I would just sit that over the top and then put it through just to give it a little bit more pressure, just to help cut it, because different dies come in different depths. So if yours is quite a shallow die, you might find that putting it through your machine might not cut it out exactly. So I'm just going to take this one out of here. Let's put this through here. And that's not too bad either. So there we go. So very quick and simple, just how to cut out your stamped images with your dies. Lovely.
So let's get crafty wafty!